Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the brand new players that are coming tomorrow. The NBA is back cards coming tomorrow on NBA 2K24 MyTEAM, including a Diamond Joel Embiid and other award winners coming in the player market and the pack market. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 14,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day. I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it, and let's start off by talking about which cards are coming. So, Diamond Joel Embiid obviously won MVP last year. This does not surprise me. I literally tweeted earlier today that I thought we were going to get either Jokic or Embiid. One of those two, Diamond, tomorrow for NBA's back stuff, and I was correct. 2K is pretty predictable. Jokic and Embiid, neither of them are gigantic pack sellers, so they make sense for a midweek drop, but they are big names and they are elite players. And a Diamond Embiid is a great card that will be a top 3 or 4 center in the game at worst. This is a card that has the potential to be the best center in the game if he has good speed and can shoot the ball well. Will he be able to do both of those things? I'm not sure. We'll see. Regardless, that is not the only card coming tomorrow. We're also getting a Amethyst Lauri Markkanen and Amethyst Jaren Jackson Jr. Both of those cards are going to be really good. And Paolo Banchero, and then Amethyst Malcolm Brogdon as well. Malcolm Brogdon is a 6'4" point guard. We'll talk about him in a second. I'm going to start with Embiid, and then I'm going to go to each of the 3 power forwards, and then we're going to talk about Malcolm Brogdon. We'll talk about each of these cards. Fingers crossed there's an agenda to get like an equal chance Amethyst pack for one of these players tomorrow. That would be nice. I obviously don't expect them to give away Embiid, but I wonder how much he will be because he is buyable. It does not say he is a lock-in. It doesn't show him as unsellable, so he will be available in the player market. If MJ is 273,000 MT for a 94, I expect Embiid to be around 225,000 maybe as a 93, something along those lines potentially. Let's pull up 2KDB though, and let's take a look at what we're probably looking at it for in Joel Embiid. So, just take a look at his 87 overall, which is actually not that bad of a card. 62 speed and excel, 70 shot 3, 80 standing, and 70 driving dunk, 83 interior. Defensively, he's not bad as a Ruby. This card probably as a Diamond is a 75 speed, 78 or 79 3-ball center with like 90 standing and 85 driving dunk, 90 interior, 86 block. 70 perimeter and lateral quickness. Like, I think there's a chance he's the best big in the game because the problem is Shaq and Wilt, as good as they are, can't really shoot the ball, which makes them, at least to a certain extent, a little bit of a liability. Whereas I don't think Joel Embiid is quite going to have that same issue. Like, obviously he's not going to be the greatest shooter in the world because his release is a little bit janky. It is every single year in 2K, but I think this year more than most, you will be able to use Embiid at a very, very high level because, especially right now, because he does look like he's going to be pretty fast if he's already 62 speed on his Ruby. And then he's going to be able to shoot the ball pretty well. So, and obviously he's going to be a great defender. I mean, he's going to have 90 interior, 85 block, probably have, if not Hoff anchor, it will be at least gold. So he's going to be a really versatile defender as well. And he is a true 7-footer with a very big player build. So it's not like I think he's going to struggle size-wise against Shaq and Wilt. I could see a situation where Embiid is maybe not the pure best center in the game, but for my playstyle at least, which likes a popping big, my favorite center in the game. In fact, I think that's very likely. There's a very good chance I will be buying this Embiid card tomorrow. His release, I'm actually trying right now in freestyle, is really not that bad. It's a little bit quicker than I remember it being, actually. Seems decently smooth. Embiid's going to be a monster. He is a really good card that I'm very excited about. Now, Paolo Banchero is the next one that I'm pretty excited about. I loved his Ruby card at the very beginning of the year. Another guy with a Ruby. I love that all these guys have Rubies already. I think Brogdon even has a Ruby. I think all of these cards have Rubies already. So we get like a nice baseline as to where they're going to be. Paolo Banchero, if he goes from an 87 to a 90, does he get a big enough speed and defense boost to make him a legitimately viable power forward? Because he is 6'10", 7-foot wingspan. Looking at this card, I wonder as an Amethyst, are you looking at 80 speed, 83 ball, 80 interior, almost 80 block? Like, how good of a defender can he be? Is he going to have some sort of anchor, some sort of post lockdown? Is he going to be capable defensively? And then obviously athletically, he's already good. He has Levine dribble style, which isn't amazing. I don't think he's going to be a huge playmaker. I like his release. This card is again going to be decent. I liked his Ruby a lot at the very beginning of the year. Another guy who I think is going to be very solid, but not probably next level amazing, I would say, is what you're looking at with Paolo. Probably very good, probably Sean Kemp level, but not like truly next level. Lauri Markkanen, honestly, probably similar. 7-footer, he's big and he can shoot. But he had 63 speed on his Ruby. I mean, that's probably a 70 speed you're looking at, probably. And defensively, he's still going to be 70s. Like, he's not going to be a great defender, and he's not going to be super athletic, but he'll be an okay athlete, like speed-wise, he's not going to be bad, and he's going to be a really good shooter. I'm interested to see if he gets limitless range. It wouldn't surprise me to see him have an 85 3-ball and like silver limitless or gold limitless. As a 7-footer with a good release and a decent defender, this is another really interesting budget big. I think he'll be really good. Honestly, the amethyst that I'm most excited about, though, is Triple J. I think Jaren is going to be a dog. I think Jaren's Ruby is still kind of a dog, although he is a bit slow. 59 speed, 59 excel on the Ruby. I would love for the biggest stat boost that the Amethyst Jaren gets is to his speed. If he gets up to like a 70 speed, man. Because here's the thing. Jaren's going to be an elite defender. You're probably looking at 2 or 3 defensive Hall of Fame badges, a 90 interior, 90 block, and decent like mid-70s lateral quickness, and just pretty versatile all-around defensive ability. Pretty good dunker, and a decent shooter as well. His release is really fast. Jaren's release this year is, I would say, much better than it was last year, or in previous years. I feel like it's been much sped up this year, and it's actually very, very smooth. So, I think with Jaren Jackson Jr., you're really looking at a card. This card, I mean, better Anthony Davis is not out of the realm of possibility. At least as good as Anthony Davis, I think, is very possible. I'm not going to sit here and say that Jaren is going to be the best big in the game or anything like that, because I don't want to gas it, but I think you're looking at him and Embiid both being really, really elite, like top 5 big men in the game. And then the question is going to be other cards like PAOLO and Jared and Laurie. How good are they as well? And then Malcolm Brogdon, I mean, is a 6'4 PG. I don't expect Malcolm Brogdon to be this elite card. Because he's not going to be super fast. That's the thing. He's kind of going to be a slow point guard, but he is 6'4 with a 6'10 wingspan. He'll be a good shooter, and if they make him an okay defender, I just don't expect him to have very much defense. I think he's mostly going to be a shooter. He'll have like a 75 driving dunk, so he'll be able to dunk the ball. The card's not going to be bad. He's just going to be a little bit slow and not elite defensively. Probably kind of similar to an Oscar Robertson, honestly. Like a better shooting Oscar Robertson, but not as good as a playmaker, is what I would think Malcolm Brogdon probably is going to be. Probably the worst card tomorrow would be my guess, is that Brogdon card, but I think all of these cards will at least be decent, and a couple of them will be great. Embiid will probably almost certainly be amazing. And then Jaren, I think, will also likely be very, very good. Laurie and PAOLO have a lot of potential. And then Malcolm Brogdon, I mean, he is a 6'4 PG. He's not going to be a bad card either. Overall, these are good cards. This is seriously good Tuesday content. Interested to see how much the Amethyst costs tomorrow, how much Embiid costs, if there's any sort of equal chance pack available or agendas available that give you a chance at one of these types of players. Maybe there's rubies in these packs. Who knows? I doubt it. I don't think it'll just be these 5 guys, but it's possible that there's more cards in this set. We'll see, I guess. I hope there's some sort of agendas with this, though. Even if it's a buying Embiid and then you can drop a certain number of points with him, like with MJ, and you get a certain amount of MT back. Like, I'm hoping there's more to it than literally just 5 cards, and they're just like, all right, here are the cards, and then nothing else. Hopefully there's some sort of agenda, some sort of challenge, some sort of something that makes this a little bit more to do than just 5 cards. But in terms of attainable good cards, this is a nice drop. None of these guys are lock-ins. There's a lot of good cards here. These cards aren't going to be super expensive. I mean, 90 overall Amethysts right now are not crazy expensive. How much is Darren Williams? I think he's a 90. Yeah. Darren Williams is 112,000 MT. That is a really reasonable amount of MT. For like a Jaren Jackson Jr. who will be as good, if not better, than Anthony Davis, this is like a new top-tier power forward or center option for your team. I mean, this is some good content for a lot of people tomorrow. I think it appeals to the No Money Spent community as well, especially if they drop an equal chance pack. Ooh, that would be crazy. But regardless, it looks like good content. I'm excited about it, and I honestly saw this coming entirely as well. I will say that I'm not surprised by Embiid by any means, but I definitely think it's very, very cool that this is good content that we're getting on a Tuesday, and that it's actually applicable to the real-life NBA as well. Like, these are last season's award winners. I like the fact that we're doing something that has to do with real-life NBA. The NBA is starting, so we're going to actually do something in my team that has to do with the NBA starting in real life and honoring last season's award winners or whatever. At least it's something. I like it. It could be worse. It could be better. Hopefully the Halloween event next weekend this weekend that they'll be talking about in the playbook, and hopefully whatever happens this weekend is big and cool. But right now, this is solid midweek content, and I am not going to complain at all. Definitely looking forward to trying some of these cards out tomorrow and getting some gameplays for y'all and all that stuff. But with that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.